Hello, I'm Mr. G and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm visiting a very iconic French lady. As you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to see the Statue of Liberty. See you shortly. Here I am at South Ferry, making my way to the ferry to get to the statue, where the Statue of Liberty is. And once I'm on board, I will do some more talking then. So I'm on the ferry now, just waiting to embark on to the island. So I imagine it'll take a good few minutes, but once we're on the way I'll start recording again. So I will speak to you shortly. So we're moving off now, off the way onto the island. You see a little bit of, this is where the harbour. It'll take a good few minutes to get there. I'm not sure how long it'll take, but this is some of the views that we can see from the boat. And there's the One World Trade Center over there. Even though it is a very nice day, it is extremely cold.
At Liberty Island, the Statue of Liberty was a gift from the people of France in 1886. It was originally intended to celebrate the 100th anniversary of America's independence and to be a symbol of friendship between France and the United States. The statue has since become a universal symbol of our nation's freedom, opportunity, security, and future. Enjoy your view of this great monument as we approach Liberty Island today. This view is similar to the one seen by many thousands of immigrants as they entered the U.S. by steamship. When the ships neared New York, the shining torch of the Statue of Liberty rose from the bay. Shouts and cries of joy would erupt from the steamer decks. For many, Liberty enlightening the world, as the statue is officially titled, symbolized the freedom and opportunity that awaited them in their new land. The steamer proceeded on into New York's harbor, and passengers got the first glimpses of the Manhattan skyline, including the Brooklyn Bridge, which spans the East River between Manhattan and Brooklyn. You may be able to spot stone towers today. Over the years, several newer bridges have been added to the harbor's landscape, including the Verrazano Railroad Bridge, connecting Brooklyn and Staten Island. If you look out beyond the Statue of Liberty, you might see the Verrazano Bridge in the distance. It's the longest suspension bridge in the United States. As the passenger ships continue north toward their docks in Manhattan, they also pass Governor's Island across the harbor to the east. It's strategically located near the mouth of the East River and was once the site of a crucial fortification built to defend New York Harbor. In 2001, it was declared a national monument. The Statue of Liberty is part of the National Park System. We invite you to experience many additional enjoyable activities offered by the National Park Service, including outdoor guided tours. Please stop by the Visitor Information Center for today's schedule. Informative, self-paced audio tours are available in multiple languages. They can be picked up at the gift shop on Liberty Island, located across from the Visitor Information Center. Food and gift services are located both aboard this vessel and in the shop near the ferry dock at Liberty Island. For those traveling with groups of children, the National Park Service requires that there be one chaperone with every 10 children and that the group remain together at all times. Under normal conditions, The last ferry will be departing from Liberty Island at 5:45 p.m. Ferry schedules are posted aboard this vessel and at the National Park Service Visitor Information Center on Liberty Island. If you have any questions or have an emergency while visiting the island, please contact the National Park Service Ranger or a United States Park Police officer for assistance. And above all, enjoy your visit. Free. A man is light. A leader steps forward. People get together. They help each other out. They make their own places for fun, play, contemplate the universe. Pride, gratitude, and fun. It belongs to everyone. It can be a place, a feeling, a state of mind. So get up, get out there, and find your part.
You have to excuse the rocking because obviously being on the boat, it's very hard to keep the camera steady. The film's been used in, the statue has been used in a couple of films, including the very first X-Men when the team was sent in to fight Magneto and his mutants, when I was stationed used it as a statecraft and weapon on top of the night area. It's also been used in a Doctor Who episode, Dalek's Take Manhattan, two-part starring David Tennant. It's definitely one of those places where you could say that is iconic to the New York skyline. I'm not sure how tall the lady is.
We are now approaching a dockside landing. If you are seated, please remain in your seats. Please exercise caution when standing or moving around the decks, should there be any unexpected vessel movement. Please hold handrails whenever possible, particularly on stairways.
So yeah, that didn't take that long. It's probably 5-ish minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes tops.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen, we're arriving at Liberty Island. Liberty Island, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our first stop. Ellis Island will be the second stop. Please keep in mind, this is the last departure of the day, taking passengers from the Statue of Liberty over to Ellis Island. If you would like to visit Ellis Island, please remain aboard the vessel. That will be the next stop. Care to visit here at the Statue of Liberty, you must make your way downstairs to the main level at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, Liberty Island is going to be the first stop. Ellis Island will be the second stop. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the top decks and would like to visit here at Liberty Island, you must make your way downstairs. Please keep in mind, this is the last departure.
So here we are now. I've arrived on I've got off the boat and I'm on the island. There's the lady over there, and I know there is a museum which was actually opened, I believe, earlier this year, which is just over there. There's a view of the statue in Honor Brewery from behind, and we look over there, we can see Manhattan, the Manhattan skyline from this island. So yeah, so there's the World Trade Center, which I have done a video on, and which you will go and find just before this video. If you haven't seen that one, please don't forget to check it out, where I get to get to the 102nd floor. Here she is from the side, and if you look down there, any Doctor Who fans watching this video will know this is one of the corners where the TARDIS materialised in the Daleks Take Manhattan story. Unfortunately, I can't focus it very well. The amount of birds on the green, I'm assuming they're just like looking for food, because obviously with human beings, we do have a habit of leaving food along the ground, so animals will come for it. And there we could see almost from the front.
War is over. To La Boulaye, it seems that finally America is fully committed to its founding ideals of human liberty and equality. Nearly a century earlier, France had been a crucial ally in America's war for independence, a war for the cause of liberty. He imagines a monument, a gift from the French people to commemorate that alliance and to celebrate America's progress toward liberty for all. With the fall of their own republic, the cause of liberty was faltering in France. La Boulaye hopes this gift will rouse a new call for democracy there. He shares his idea with a small group of colleagues and friends. Among La Boulaye's most enthusiastic supporters is Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi, a talented Parisian sculptor. He is fascinated by the colossal monuments of antiquity and the powerful impact of using figures of immense scale to express enormous ideas. In 1871, Bartholdi crisscrosses America, gathering inspiration, discussing the project with publishers, politicians, and even President Ulysses S. Grant. He searches for the perfect site and finds it, Bedloe's Island, just a tiny speck of land in New York Harbor. But to the artist, a dramatic stage for the colossal statue he'd begun to envision. New York Harbor, one of the busiest in the world, teems with international trade and an increasing flow of immigrants drawn to and fueling an unprecedented surge of industry and wealth in the wake of the Civil War. Every ship coming and going will pass the statue in the harbor. New York has become the very gateway to the New World and the freedom America has come to represent. La Boulaye sets the project in motion.
Authorizing the president to designate and set apart a site for the colossal statue in the harbor of New York.
He secures permission to place the statue on Bedloe's Island and launches a massive fundraising effort. His plan calls for the people of France to donate the statue. Americans will provide a grand pedestal for the statue on the chosen site. Bartholdi spends years on the design. The ancient Roman goddess Libertas has long been used to personify the idea of liberty. But the idea of liberty is controversial in much of the world. It suggests violence and revolution. In the end, Bartholdi's vision transforms the goddess into a bearer of law and light. He calls his statue Liberty Enlightening the World. It is an immense idea, and in 1875 in Paris, Bartholdi begins to build an immense statue of the figure Liberty. Working from Bartholdi's final model of the statue, just 4 feet tall, the sculptor and his team of skilled artisans begin to create a statue that will be 151 feet tall. They make thousands of measurements in order to fashion accurate, full-scale plaster casts of the statue's individual parts. They build 300 wooden forms that follow every contour of the plaster models, then use the forms to hammer sheets of copper into shapes that will fit together like gigantic puzzle pieces. The epic puzzle takes more than 5 years to complete. Bartholdi stokes public enthusiasm with showings of work in progress in the United States and Paris. He sells tickets for tours of his workshops. Meanwhile, the sculptor has engineering problems to solve. The statue's copper skin weighs more than 179,000 pounds. Liberty cannot stand without internal structure. For this, Bartholdi turns to the brilliant Alexandre Gustave Eiffel, later famed for what Americans call the Eiffel Tower. Paris, 1881. The full statue begins to rise up, towering over the neighborhood surrounding the construction yard. By completion, more than 300,000 people have come to behold her. Dignitaries, artists, writers, and everyday gawkers, all stunned by her scale and stirred by the power of the idea she conveys. Bartholdi's crew disassembles the statue and packs it in more than 200 crates for its voyage across the Atlantic. With its heavy load, the ship plows through storms and high winds and nearly capsizes. But on June 19, 1885, the French ship Isère enters New York Harbor, met with enormous fanfare and a naval parade. Over the next year, atop the new pedestal on Bedloe's Island, the statue rises again, now to an astounding 305.5 feet, from the ground to the top of her torch. October 28, 1886, America formally dedicates the Statue of Liberty. Visitors experience what is perhaps Bartholdi's greatest stroke of genius. They can go inside the statue. Rising up through the structure, the statue is not just an engineering marvel, but an unforgettable metaphor for the dynamic and inspiring force of liberty. Visitors see the world as liberty sees it. The statue lifts a torch of hope, lighting the way to possibility, to the promise of liberty and justice for all. Like liberty itself, the statue began as the impulse of a human heart. The Statue of Liberty is at once an emblem of America's highest ideals and the deep ironies of our history. Broken shackles at her feet, but the legacy of slavery still very real in 1886 as the statue is dedicated. Human justice and equality guaranteed by the Constitution, but only a minority of Americans are allowed to vote. In the New York Harbor, she quickly becomes an icon for America and begins to gather layers of meaning as the United States rises to power and prominence in the world. Her light inspires hope in the hearts of millions of immigrants from everywhere on earth. She sees American troops off to war and welcomes them home. The ideals for which she stands resonate far beyond this harbor. She becomes an icon for something far beyond America. She stands for the ageless human yearning to live free. She stands for the belief that we are all born with the right to express the impulse of a human heart. She stands for the freedoms of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and for the laws that guarantee those freedoms for all. That is the hope that speaks to the ages. That is liberty enlightening the world.
This is the museum, and you can hear the sounds of what was going on at the time of the creation of the statue. Well, no, obviously the reconstruction of the sound. This is a full-scale copper model of the foot. So basically, these are designs that they decided to work on what would fit for the pedestal, but obviously the one that she's now standing on is the design that went for. These are replicas of what she looks like in the end, and the various different designs have been put on various different things.
You just sold them.
Including a glass statue there. And again, the amount of various different artworks. See, there's a replica of the torch. of the face that was on top of the statue.
Oh, she's licking you.
And
Disgusting.
see out the window, we can see from Hitler's point of view, the slight distance, the Statue of Liberty. And that's my trip to the Statue of Liberty. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you all soon. Take care and bye for now.